Peace. Oh boy. Peace and love, greetings. Whew. This won't be a long one, but it's gonna be a good one. Bring it on in here. How y'all doing? Blessings, blessings, blessings. Peace. I just want to let you know. Did you know? I'm gonna get right into it. I'm gonna get right and dive right into it. What comes with being a generational curse breaker or healer or people that do shadow work, energy, whatever you want to call it? You know, y'all got a lot of titles out here, but a lot of stuff I don't really subscribe to. But that's neither here nor there. Oops. But I'm gonna get right into it with this. I just been to myself, but I come here to share these messages because, those of you who don't know, I sit with a lot of things and then I come and share it with you all. I'm going to talk about a lot. Just when we are, and you know who you are, again, whatever you receive from this, may it resonate, the rest just let fly. But breathe. It's really good. As a generational curse breaker, if you want to call it, well, I feel like we all have the capability of being a healer, but that comes with first facing our shadow, facing who we are. I was expressing, I'm coming to a lot of self-realizations, a lot of clarity on things, sharing also with, my partner, is that, how much of us are all facing not only the shadows of your past, but in reality, these people represent your past, meaning these aspects of yourself, whether it's family, mother, father, whomever it is. What was placed within me. A lot of us are karma. Actually, let me say this. Not so karma for everyone in a way to where we're learning the lessons. But one thing I accepted and I realized what I am and coming into that awareness is I literally am walking divine justice in a way. Divine judgment in a way. And when I say judgment, that's because I've assessed it. It's not some more when I used to judge other people, it's some more bringing it back to myself. So when I'm so adamant, so quick to judge others, I'm immediately being that, coming into alignment with self, I'm immediately bringing back to myself. So therefore, when that judgment is passed or passed from others' projections of me, I immediately know that this is someone or something evading or avoiding their own internal warfare. So having that awareness of being divine justice, what that can look like is you coming into people's life, having an experience with them, and through your authenticity, as you become more authentic and true to yourself, you will come to the realization, or some of us, or I've come to the realization, is that if my intentions is pure and I'm being authentic through whatever it is I'm doing, because I'm emitting that energy, I'm putting it out there. I'm projecting that like a projector screen. I'm projecting that energy outwardly of just being authentic. So anything that's inauthentic is going to be exposed energetically. So whatever these beings or people, whatever it is that they're trying or attempting to hide, you and us, a lot of us are here, literally are walking divine justice and judgment for them. How does that look? It's like being so much of a generational curse breaker. And I'll give you somewhat of a little backstory. It's like, as you're doing things that look nothing like what are being part of the old paradigm, the old matrix concept, the old narratives, the old dysfunctional templates, or narrative, as you're walking away, closing the doors, everything is going to look almost completely new. Or as you're coming to knowing and recalling and coming into who you were, because a lot of us have been so far apart. See, a lot of us as humanity, even myself, have been so far apart from or disconnected to that which is alignment or in alignment with who we are. It's so unrecognizable or unfamiliar to those that have been so, they've been so led astray. So they don't possibly know what your vision or what that looks like. And so I really just learning, just standing in my truth, whatever type of relationship dynamic it was, either that partner or person was karma for me, in a sense, for me to come to my own awareness, or I was some type of karmic lesson for them. So in actuality, we all have karma to clear. We all came to here to clear karma. But there are also some of us that are walking divine justice, literally here to restore that which was brushed up under the rug, had been laying dormant. We naturally carry this energy. A lot of us have naturally carry this energy where, as much as you think you want to fit in or try to be a part of something, your essence won't let you, because your DNA and who you are and what you came here to do, your natural being or your authenticity, your being who you are, literally mirrors back to anything that's not in alignment with that. You literally don't even have to do anything but to be yourself. And in being yourself, for a lot of people that aren't in alignment with that can come with a lot of spiritual attacks. That can come with family disowning you, or people not wanting to be a part of what you're elevating or evolving to, because in actuality, they're not supposed to be. They're not supposed to come along with you. So you're walking justice for them. You are divine justice for your lineage. I had to come into that acceptance. How does that look? For instance, a lot of you that are guardians, a lot of you that are parents, I don't like to use that term, but a lot of you that are creating this new narrative, a new way of being, you had to see the shadow aspect of that. You had to see so much of the dysfunctionality to create a whole different narrative. Why is there so much resistance to that? Because there are energies or certain things that are trying to do its best to keep you from moving forward, your lineage progressing. See, that's the thing about being a generational curse breaker. See, the simple things, and saying no, standing in your power, letting go of certain habits, not using your energy, magic, and your power to belittle or devalue others, but to empower self and to empower others, then attract others that reflect that. That's why you're seeing so much of the fear mongering and a lot of stuff being projected, because the powers that used to be are the time or the duration is done. It's literally, we're seeing the last little bits of, these little fragments just falling away, dissipating. And in that, now a lot of us are rising into that aspect of who we are, knowing who we are and what we came here to be. The beauty in all of that is seeing how the ones that come after you are going to be just as powerful. I self-reflect on the fact of how I expect to like learning to be so committed to my own journey and not so much focus on what others are doing. So in reality, a lot of which I realize that everything that I've done up to this moment hasn't ever been in vain. I've always, since I was younger, had that knack to just be to myself, walking that truth. And certain things, a lot of us know. You already was anointing or had this awareness of you've always supposed to be doing something different. You always have been unique in your own way. And being that a lot of us were affected by these narcissistic templates, whether you're talking about societal standards, in-home, school, all these things, and now you're seeing it broadcast to the world, the dysfunctionality, the imbalances, to where these things are falling apart, and some of which a lot of us are here to. We're literally the blueprint for the youth and the future. We're literally carrying within us, cosmically, these being reconnected to the divine. We literally have always been connected, but in essence now, doing the shadow work, facing the fears that our mothers and fathers or other people did not have the courage to do it or chose not to. So in reality, a lot of what we represent, not only divine justice, but in that we're recovering those aspects of which others abuse. So now we get to use that and bring to light and bring in something that the world has never seen before. So that's why I have to stay so focused, because you're talking about people, oh, go get a job. Oh, go do this. Oh, you should be doing this. Oh, all these things that are trying to disrupt not only the journey and the vision that you were given, but also trying to disrupt the things around you, the people, the pressure of trying to, what's that saying, trick you out of your spot or knock you out of position. I've had those moments where I had a lot of doubt, thoughts that I knew that wasn't mine, things that came up, subconscious fears related to ancestrally, because a lot of things I realize is that we have to see how long our family and these family structures, being that we were elected or selected to be in these certain dynamics purposely because it looks differently for everyone. Let's say with my partner, let's say, I'm glad I'm on 20% because it won't be long. Let's say you had a father or someone had a father that they were so solely focused on the material aspect, but in reality had no identity of self. So what that looks like is that a lot of us men, because we can be in relations or connection with women as such who, and this has both ways, who are disconnected emotionally, but are so more focused externally on independence or trying to be, which really is masking the disconnect from being interdependent or self-sufficient or self-reliable, and that gives no room for self-improvement. So what this does, and what I've experienced in my lineage, in my journey, having paid attention to the women who boast about their accomplishment, but in reality, there is no value there. This is not to degrade anybody. It's just it is what it is. You seeing the root cause of a lot of these things. And so what that does and how it has affected people, how it has affected their behavior, how it, we're talking about divine partnerships and The world has this idea of what man and woman should be, and in reality, a lot of which everyone has been affected by this, especially the youth, it has no value. So now, if you have no value, no foundation in that, what that foundation crumbles, that's structured. And we're seeing it right now, cosmically, on the earth plane, everywhere. We're seeing it. So a lot of which what you are experiencing, such as myself, what I had to experience is your subconscious, what you learned through your upbringing, your subconscious fears that, again, what you gained through generation to generation, all those things come up to be purged. So a lot of these partnerships or dynamics has a lot to do with you will mirror back so much of not only what your experience was with woman and man, but also your partner's experience with woman and man, depending how that energy operated. Most of the time, because we all been affected by this, is really from a wounded place. So I'm able to see in that partner, to see the beauty of, it's not so much of what they lack. No, it's the shadow aspect, meaning the wounding of why this is the way it is. Also seeing there's no room for me to judge, but it's also having uncomfortable conversations that our mom and father, grandmother, people in your family, uncomfortable conversations that people are afraid to have due to the fact that they've been keeping so much in so long. This is where you have things hoarded, and then violence start to peak because there's no emotional substance. There's no emotional stability, because a lot of us, from my own experience, seeing it now from having healed and healing through that emotional impulse and hoarding a lot of these things, hoarding a lot of pain, a lot of things that unresolved traumas. See, I was expressing to my partner, I was like, wow, a lot of things I realized when you do talk about certain relationship dynamics in your past and how it all relates to and rooted in what you've experienced with your father and or mother, or women or men in your family. These things we learn, see, hear, and that has taught us what it is, how to treat other people, whether we want to accept it. But that's the thing about accountability. So a lot of which, as being a generational curse breaker, what you're doing when you're not trying to convince others that this is my path, whether you like this shit or not, I understand, I understand, I comprehend, I've accepted that whatever leaves, leaves. Whatever goes, goes. Whatever comes, comes. I embrace that. Because I know what I've seen. I know what has been revealed to me. So in that acceptance and embracing, coming back to self, anything that's not inauthentic, again, going back to the foundation and the structure, anything before this was not structured on value, structured on self-esteem, how we value self-esteem, self-awareness, self-improvement, self-sufficiency. So no matter where our age, but the awareness that we are now, a lot of us are now at the age of 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever it is, are now returning to self in essence of learning what it is to be confident in self, self-esteem, learning what it is to be self-sufficient, not only spiritually, emotionally, but financially, because this is why a lot of that is falling away, is because a lot of that, what people deem value, has nothing to do with divine value or value of self, of knowing thyself or loving self. So to try to convince people, oh man, you should, how we used to go out there and do this, and a lot of what we were doing had a lot to do with us we were so confidently going to people please. But now that I want to confidently stand in my own power, love myself, say affirmations, co-create, create art, bring up your kids in a more conscious way, in a more healthy way, set healthy boundaries. It's like, how dare you love yourself? How dare you be confident? Because anyone in a shadow aspect will look at that or deem that as you're cocky. Or how dare you not go out there and work for someone, but yet you know nothing about being self-sufficient, or not just emotionally, but spiritually and physically. Because to even stand up and be what they call the term entrepreneur, you have to have confidence in self, patience, consistency, unwavering faith. The things that, okay, Spirit, I saw this vision. You gave me this vision. But do you know I'm gonna use this and I'm gonna go. Somebody was telling me, I think I saw a video about that. Because a lot of, I learned from a lot of things. Like, I know people from different cultures, certain books, certain things I just gravitate towards. But I remember this video talking about, I believe it was the story of Joseph, and a lot of people are familiar with that. But it's like similar to kind of like Cinderella's story. It's like, if the Creator gives you everything that's going to happen in between, or in reality, the visions or the inklings that you get, you will see what some may call the end result, or you will see, this is going to happen. But that vision didn't say when. It didn't have a time. It didn't say how it was going to happen. That's an unwavering faith. See, that's the thing about being a healer or a generational curse breaker, is that you're facing yourself to prepare for a version of yourself that you've yet seen or experienced. See, the Creator has given you a vision of what can be, but do you have the consistency, the unwavering faith, to be your authentic self, to love yourself, to allow family, people, whomever it is, to fall away, to allow them to reveal who they truly are? Will you let that deter you from still being rooted, from standing in your truth? See, this shit ain't for the faint of heart, because a lot of people do this, but they ain't walking it. They do a lot of this, but they ain't walking it. And quick to blame other people. I am grateful for every connection, every person, even before up to this, because a lot of those connections reminded me of what I will no longer tolerate. See, that's the thing about healthy boundaries. Doesn't matter the partner, because a lot of things that, we want someone to love us, but what about you want someone to respect us, to honor, to support the vision, to be on the same wavelength? I used to express to people, this person can have an open mind. Is their heart open though? Do they love themselves? Do they love themselves to know that when you have to leave, or when your calling is calling you and you accept it, are they supportive of it? Whether they are or not, are you still so much committed to self and standing in your truth that whatever goes on externally, it's not going to deter you from who you are? See, being authentic and loving and honoring who you are will expose anything that's not that. See, that's where the unwavering faith comes from. That's where you planted the seed in those relationships, the seeds that you planted years ago. And all of a sudden you're patient and being like, you know what? Well, can I be patient enough to see this tree grow? Do I see my own growth instead of paying attention to what somebody else have over there? Do I see my own growth? Am I watering my own self? Because everybody wants me to water them. But am I watering myself? See, that's the thing, what a generational curse breaker is, or a healer. See, the healer knows that it can't heal you. It can show you. A healer can show you certain things from my perception. But that healer also remembers that it must heal and tend to its own wounds. See, we've been so far from that. See, of course they're going to be pissed and mad. That's why they mad and upset. Because this is it, right? I got to go. See, you had to leave. You had to depart. You had to find your own way to find yourself so they can see their woundings, So you can see from the distance or from where you are what they are ignoring or choosing to ignore. See, it's easy for some to, when they're around you, to be like, oh, you're doing this, you're doing this. But in reality, if that distance or if certain things do not happen, how can you see your own wounding? If you're trying to tend and help other people see the woundings, and in reality, you can show them their outer wounds and tell them what they're doing, but their inner wounds are something they're ignoring and running from. See, it's like the saying goes, it's like you can lead a horse to the well, but you can't make him drink. See, I'm grateful and honored that certain partnerships or certain people that left, meaning that was beautiful. I'm glad. Because that gives you room to grow. That gives you room to see you. Because we can be like this all day. Oh, you did this. Well, you did this. Well, guess what? And in reality, what does it even matter? Because I can't make you improve you. You have to be willing and have the courage to improve you. See, we didn't have these things when we were growing, a lot of us. But in that now, I challenge you to improve you, to love you, to honor you. Of course, there's going to be resistance because the people, you'd be surprised that as you're inspiring, they'll never say it. They don't have to ever acknowledge it. But are you inspiring you? Today, do something to inspire yourself, because your healing helps the collective, or, people heal. I had to learn that even being in a partnership, from the past of not seeing avoiding my own wounding and healing and pointing out and lashing out and all that, until I realized it's me. It's not you, it's me. But in the reality of that, you being in a partnership where it's vital to be so focused on you, not concerned about what the other person is doing, but also it's not to say tolerate, but go where you are appreciated and embraced. See, we didn't come from homes where we were appreciated and celebrated and honored for us expressing and being who we are. Now that we're returning to that and standing in our power, of course they're going to talk. They're going to say any and everything. But in reality, no one knows the depths of what you had to face and endure. No one knows that but you and your creator, your higher power. That's the beauty of how everything is being restored. See, your truth is being restored, your authenticity, the love that was always there. So again, those things have to happen. It's all divinely orchestrated. This is why people circle, what they call circle back around, come back. We all, no. But we so quick to write people off. And in reality, do you see your part in it? Do they see their part? No matter if they see their part, do you see your part? Oh man, I'm grateful for that. Because that really showed me. I had a lot of connections and a lot of things where I realized, like, first of all, being a generational curse breaker, you're going to connect with people karmically is also a part of healing, bringing healing to yourself, which brings healing to your lineage, which also, if they're ready, if they have the courage, will bring healing to their lineage. But they have to be willing to heal and assess and tend to those inner wounds, because a lot of what we all are going through is related to a lot of unresolved trauma. I'm going to leave that with you. I might come out with a part 2. I love you all. Take care of you for you. Peace and blessings. Shalom.